I don't trust the banks. I think they're evil.
Yeah, that's why they made a game about it.
Don't be condescending.
Oh, you're right. I apologize. Let's continue. Hey everyone, we're gonna start a new game Let's Play here for the channel. I really love this game, but that's because I am an old gay man, and this is basically a spreadsheet. It's a pretty looking spreadsheet, and you click buttons. So it uh, it's a great game, Evil Bank Manager. I love it, but it's pretty simplistic. It's a strategy game. Really, once we get into the new game, you'll see there's like 2 boards to look at. So it's like playing on a spreadsheet. I is the funniest, best way to describe it. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna jump in. We're gonna do a new game, and we're actually going to. One of my favorite ways to play it is as mercenary, which means your guards produce 25% more fear. The cost of maintaining branches in the country Mongols is 25% lower. I can almost never get branches in the Mongols because there's already they're like 15 countries combined, and you got to buy all 15, and it's too expensive. So I can almost never get there unless I capture one by war. Anyway, this is what we're going to do. Our guards produce 25% more fear, which will hopefully help us in the long run. Oh, and we are going to play it on ultra hard. Ultra hard really isn't that hard to beat. The main objective of the game, it's a pretty easy to beat the main objective. You have to have 51 shares. The tutorial on. We got to name our bank. Anyway, you have to own the most shares. And there's a very easy trick to doing it. I will try not to do the trick because you can spam it and finish the game, win the game within 120 rounds very easily if you spam it, even on ultra hard. But anyway, so we're going to start with our new name of our bank, and I always play as the Lehman Brothers, because when you think of evil banks and evil bank managers, you think of the Lehman Brothers.
Lehman Brothers is going bankrupt.
Yes, Lehman Brothers went bankrupt in 2008, which was the real hit to the financial crisis that started that year. And it was actually the biggest bankruptcy filing, over $630 billion or something like that. It was enormous. And that's why I always play as Lehman Brothers when I play this game.
Lehman also had a hand in securing America's high-risk subprime mortgages.
Uh-huh. And that was the bubble that burst that caused them to go bankrupt, was giving out the subprime mortgages to people who couldn't afford a mortgage, but they were, making promises and, making people believe that they could afford what they couldn't, even giving second and third mortgages to people when they were first buying a home. So they would have to take out 2 or 3 mortgages because these banks told them they could afford it, and that was the biggest problem with the financial meltdown were those loans. However, because I don't want to be sued, and I'm not saying that Lehman Brothers are bad, even though I just did, but I didn't mean it. Don't sue me, I guess. I don't know. So we are going to be the Lehman Brothers instead of the Lehman Brothers. And here we go, and we're starting. And like I said, the thing to have to do is own the most shares of the IMF, 51% of the IMF. to beat the scenario of the game. But what I like to do to add a little challenge, let's find us down here. Here we are, the Lehman Brothers, um, Lehman Brothers Bank. We're the last, 21. So my goal is to, let's say, the top two. Grand Tavola and Bank of Lombardy. I want them bankrupted because I'm evil. I want them bankrupted is how I want to win the game, as well as getting the 51 shares. Um, so that is very difficult to do. There is a way to spam this as well. One of the drawbacks of the game. On a second here. Close this out. One of the drawbacks of the game. One of the things once you get in credits here built up enough, this one that's locked, it can be loaning out to other banks, and so then you loan them money, and just eventually, even a bank that has, you know, I'll start with 100,000, but it gets up to the billions. Even a bank that has $500 million, you loan them 120 million, and then suddenly the next round they go bankrupt, so they can't pay you back. So you basically thrown away that 120 million, but you've knocked them out of the game. So that is a cheesy way. It's an algorithm I think they've got set up in here that's just wrong. That banks will once they you lend them a certain amount of money over time, they will just suddenly quote not be able to repay it. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? And go bankrupt. So anyway, so that's going to be my goal. Who is this? Grand Tavola and Bank of Lombardy. I want them bankrupt. All right, so here we go. We're starting. First thing I always do is look at science, because here is another cheat. There are a lot of cheats that you can take advantage of here. You can look really quickly on what your bonus is. When selling on the market clocks, you get an additional profit of 10%. So what you can do is go to the map, open up, find resources, and as soon as clocks is available, you can check it, and it will show you where the clocks are. This really only works if in early game. Sometimes it will say sell silver, get 10%. Boom, you just click silver, pick one of these places as a start, and you got an easy 10% bonus right off the bat. But clocks is not part of my choices, so that's actually kind of good. Anyway, so that's one little spam there you can take advantage of. And like I said, the other one, I might as well tell you how it works. The IMF, every once you get past, I think the 40th turn here, it might be the 50th. Anyway, every 10 rounds, so the 50th, the 60th, the 70th, the 80th, whatever, the IMF shares go up for sale. So just on the 49th round, sell everything. Build up a huge amount of money. The IMF shares come in. You can get them every time after the first couple rounds. And you can get them every time. Oh, it's just a damn waiting. Being on ultra hard, it is a little more difficult, to get that. No wars. It can be a little difficult on ultra hard to get up there. Let's see. So the first thing we have to start, we have to get our headquarters. We need to get some people in our headquarters. So we're gonna hire employees for espionage, credits, guards, and investment. So what we do here, we need 4, one for each one of these. So I just find an expert, find the best one. Costs more money to find the more expensive they are. And the farther you get, the more it costs to search for. And I don't like to start below 5 on any of these. So when we do a search, so we got 5 diplomacy. Influence is the amount of fear generated. That's wrong. It's guards. Protection increases impact points growth for the bank. Okay, a month can be loaned. Investments, the value of the proposed investments that you can find. So anyway, so we need to hire some guys. So everybody's 2s and 4s except for a couple of 5s. Loans is 6, so we'll take him for loans, and we'll take him for investments. I would like to get diplomacy higher. We'll see. All right. Close this out, and put you in credits. Yep, there we go. And put you in investments. Oh, now we only need 2 more, so 2. Oh, another 6. See, here's a 7 for loans, and this is where they get you. Because, oh, I want to hire him, but I already have a guy in loans. But I'm going to take that guy in loans and just throw him into either espionage or guard. Take him. We don't want him. Let's see. Who was my loans? Okay, so diplomacy. So I can have a 5 in diplomacy. So let's take him out. Oh, put him in loans. Then diplomacy. Oh, I only need 1 more. I need guards, and I'm hoping they don't give me anybody really great for these 3 that I'll want to get rid of him for. Alright. Oh, perfect. A 5 for guards. Okay. And I really think that these descriptions are backwards all of a sudden. Influence is the amount of fear. Fear is your guards. And increase the impact points growth for the bank. No clue what that's supposed to mean. I've played this game a million times. I've just never highlighted over these things before. Never seen those little pop-ups. Alright. So let's hire him. There we go. And put him in the guards. Boom. Alright. And when you do things, they give you little rewards. Hired employee in the diplomacy department. And hire credit department. Now this will tell you what your next thing is. Issue 3 loans, you'll get 300 a year. So let's see. Now, first thing we want to do, we've generated science points now. So we have science points. I forgot to show you those. Science points. Yes. So we get 41 science points. Every turn. Yes. 39 for him. 39 for him. 39 for him. This is what he cost us per turn. Salary. So we've got science points. Science points, it's learning basically. It's like the growth tree. Standard. One of my favorites is you get here. Increase your gold by 50%. Don't do this until you have well over $1 million, or just sell everything, get $1 million, and then take this, and you'll get, $1 million for free. Anyway, so let's see. Generates 100 influence per turn. I'll show you influence in a minute. Generate 100 fear per turn, and reduces manager salaries. Let's do influence because we need that going. So we don't have the production yet. 159. They do have those things backwards. This is production. So we're getting 159 production every turn. So this will take us 3 turns to get there, to buy it, basically. So, but I always get a click. All right. And so they do have these Backwards, see, diplomacy is production. Um, oh, that's science points. Yeah, that's science points. So why did G say production? That should be here. It is wrong. I just remember how because I have the memory of a 4-year-old. Okay, so now espionage. So what we need to do. Oh, we have no countries yet. We need to get a country to espionage them. It says what this says. Open a new country. What that means is, hold on a second. Let's get rid of all the tags. It costs money to open a country. See, this has one. That means there's only one country here. This has 10. That means you have to buy all 10. This is a whole second. You really, at the beginning, since you only have 44 grand left, can only do a 1 or 2 country. When you open them up, it'll show you, their stats. They have a wealth of 127. This is how much investments can be done. 34 in available investments to do, and these are your stats, like your agriculture. The higher these are, the more money you earn from these different things. Real estate can go up to more to 20. Go up to more, but 20 is the max. And luxuries, this starts with 2 available luxuries to find. I is nice, and I almost always start with the states, only because it is a single, and everybody attacks them. And when you want to go to open up your second country, Tuscany is just a single country as well. I almost always start with them. Let's see. Or Marrakesh. What do we got going in Marrakesh? 17, all right, 20 in production and 18 in real estate. That's great. I don't like agriculture because it takes too long for agriculture to take effect. And these are the 2 perfect resources. So I'm going to go into Marrakesh. So let's take this, and I'll show you why these are the 2 perfect luxury resources. We're going to open up Marrakesh as a country where we can do business. So, and that's buying a license. So here. So let's go back to the reason I like Marrakesh. They have rubies and sapphires. Marrakesh. Federal Reserve. Once you reach a certain point, you can open up the Federal Reserve. Federal Reserve System, and then it's going to have a whole branch of things that you need to accomplish. Like spend for 40,000 fear, and it'll open something up. Spend a certain amount of espionage, and it'll open something up. And it uses luxury resources of rubies and sapphires. So you need these 2. You can buy them. You need these 2 to open up all of the Federal Reserve. Actually, never finished opening everything up because I've always finished the game before. We'll see if we can do that this time. I'm really hoping. Anyway, so let's go to espionage. What we need to do, this is Papal States, or Fez, I'm sorry, because I did Marrakesh, not Papal States. So this is the country we have, and we need to increase the relationship. So we need to spend influence there to build this up, unlock these other things. So we'll do a meeting, and see now I only have 304 influence. The next available thing, see this bar went up. The next available thing costs more than 300, because once you do one, this gathering says 300, but it actually costs more. Oh wait, this is the points you get. This is how much it costs. It costs 382. I only have 304. What this can do, you set your actions. So now every turn, I will automatically do a meeting, which will bring this up. And the farther this goes, the more these make, the more things you can do here. Oh, there's a lot of really cool things you can do here. There we go. So we started that. Now I don't think we have any. Yeah, we have to finish off a turn before we can issue any loans or anything. So let's do our first turn. There we go. So invest in property. That's investments. Okay. Oh, we always start here. Land allotment. Wow. 925.21. It's for grain. It's to buy a farm. You have 16 grand. All right. So I don't normally like farms, but let's get one going. All right. And they have cents now. Oh my gosh, I have not played this game in more than 6 months. It's probably been close to a year since I've played, and it didn't have cents. It just rounded everything up to the dollar. This is awesome. Okay. Okay. Because once you hit a million, it literally just said something would be like when you're trying to buy IMF shares, it would literally just say 1 million, or 3 million, 2 million, 1 million. But I'm like, well, there's quite a, a big difference, in between 1 and 2 million. Anyway, all right. So now we're gonna buy our first loan, or put out our first loan. It has an 8.2% chance of default. 3 moves, so we'll have to do 3 turns. Profit per turn is 5.2%, but that means the next turn we won't have a choice to loan any money out. That's okay. We'll issue that. I like to issue almost the loans right away, all that I can. Anyway, and guards. Yeah, see the guards, there's nothing really you can do until you generate fear. Open up this. This is tasks of the guards. It's going to let you send the guards out to go scare your other banks, or it says buy grain or buy sapphires or things, but I think they're stealing it. I don't know. Anyway, so there's that. And here's our farm. So we do have one farm. So that means every harvest season, which I believe is every 4 turns, I'll get 12 things of grain. I really don't know with the new. Apparently, there have been updates. The way it worked was you had to do 3 turns before the next one got grain, and then it was every 2 turns after that got grain. It was really hard to tell. You'd have farms forever and never make anything off them. That is it. No events, so nobody's at war. So next move. Okay. And I'm not going to have any loans to give because it's going to take 3 turns. For investments. Aha, sapphire mine. Oh, that's for 9,000. I really want it. But the problem is we have to buy for our armory. Armory makes weapons. We're going to need wood and iron, and eventually coal. Once you get to this far enough into the game, you'll be able to make buy coal pits, I guess, and make muskets. So anyway, so we need iron mines and logging mines. We have to get armory. So I might have to sell the farm if the next turn. Oh, and we're gonna learn first steps, 100 bonus. hopefully. Alright, see, just another land. I'm not going to spend the money this time because I only have 4,000. I don't want to spend 1,000 on that. I don't think. Yeah, we still have no loans we can do. This is ultra hard. Had this been hard, medium, or God, easy, it would give you great things to buy every time. So let's see. So color money, generate 100 fear per turn. Yes, we want fear. Okay, there we go. Oh, look at that. Yeah, this is new. Little thing. Okay. Go. Oh, see, send the guards to collect the debts. Because what happened? He did not pay us back, that jerk. So we're gonna steal his house. So it's gonna. We have 1,200 fear. It's gonna cost 94 fear to get our house. But what sucks? Take that. What sucks is we're not gonna have any loans until the next turn because they didn't pay us back. Oh, buy a house, but it's $3 grand. We don't have $3 grand. So, no. Alright. And here we go. Oh, and this, I've never seen any bank fall out until way late game. This goes up. You need to have a minimum of $1,000 between your gold and your property and resources. And this will go up. Nobody's going to be kicked out yet. Oh, a war began. And see, this is where you can. Oops. War. East Crimea is going to war against Crimea. Takes 3 turns. This is where you can join the war and invest in it. But the problem is if you don't purchase a license in the country prior to investing in it, it won't do you any good because you won't be able to collect any money. But you can join the war and sell. Here we go. Sell what crossbows, bows, whatever, war stuff, arms. There we go. That's the word I couldn't think of. Arms. Sell them to the country that you joined, so that way they'll win the war. Anyway, so that's one of the reasons why you really need. No offers available still. All right, and another house. I want a house. I want tree farm or something. Logging camp or iron ore. All right, one more move. One more move. Let's see if we get something good. And nope, another house for 4 grand. I don't want it. Alright, so $1,400. Other 3 moves? No. You know what? I'm gonna do it. We're gonna issue this. And the reason is I can sell. See if we go on the exchange here. I can sell 436 of these. Oh, and this tells you what it's worth now. So each one, almost $11. So if I sell them all, I'll make 4,700. You'll see here, because they're worth 10.7, and then price for turn 8. It says up, but it's not really. So it must be this is $10.71. This is $10.73. I don't know. That doesn't show. But it will show you what it's going to be. So sometimes, let's say this is 10.1, but then in 2 turns, it'll be up to 12. So it's worth holding and not selling it right away. But yeah, so this is good. So we're making money. So even when the next thing comes up for sale, hopefully we'll have enough in that to sell to get it. So I am going to take this loan. There we go. And here, this is the last thing we'll show you right before we end. See, gold, we have 1,775. See, our costs are 397. So every month or every turn, I have to have at least $398 in here. Zero, which you go zero, game's over. To our next thing, reduce manager salaries by 8%. We'll take that next. And yeah, I think this is a good place to end it right here. I hope you like it. I know it seems like such a boring, point and click game, and it maybe kind of is at the beginning. But you see, it's like a spreadsheet, and I guess I'm just gay for spreadsheets. I don't know, because I really like this. It's a lot of fun. I could spend hours playing this. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope you liked it. And